What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with the next attack strategy video. This is one you guys have been begging for, how to go-ho at Town Hall 8. So this is all for all you Town Hall 8s out there. I hope you Town Hall 9s and 10s can enjoy it as well. Before we get started on this, you might stop, and if you haven't seen them, watch the how to use hogs at Town Hall 8 video, the how to use hogs in the current state of the game video, the surgical hog deployment video, things like that. I'm not going to recover everything that we've already covered there. Those videos are there. A lot of the information there is still useful, still very valid in the game. So be sure and check that out, as this is just, we're going to build on it. This is a thing to where, you know, if you're in a tough war and you're against a clan that possibly has watched the base building video for Town Hall 8 and they are building some very nice, very tough to crack bases, then this is going to be something that you're going to use. If you run into your run-of-the-mill stuff, you're probably not going to be using a go-ho. It's unnecessary. The golems have a pretty specific task when you're talking about go-ho at Town Hall 8. So if you're running up against a base that doesn't have a lot of giant bomb possibilities, it's pretty compact like you see a lot of Town Hall 8s, then you're probably not going to need this strategy. However, if it's a tough war, if it's a tough base, this is something that works across the board. There literally is not a Town Hall 8 base that cannot be go-hoed. Let's say this. There's literally not a Town Hall 8 base that cannot be taken out with hogs, one form or another. So this is just for a certain style of base, ones that have better bomb placement, harder to get to, harder to path your hogs in to pre-trigger or to trigger them one at a time coming from the short side like we talk about. So this is hopefully going to help you with those type bases that you're sort of banging your head against. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get to the first one we're going to look at. All right, guys, here we go. This is a base that Ghosts attacked a while back, and again, sort of referencing off of some of the videos we've done in the past. The first step is always just to scout the base, look at what is likely where the double giant bomb spots are going to be, because remember, at Town Hall 8, you only get one double spot. You can have another bomb out there, obviously, but the one double bomb, the one that can really wipe your raid out, they only get one of them. And a lot of times, just like this base, it's not a bad base, but it's pretty easy to pick out where the bombs are. You see right here, this is the only spot that really makes sense in the pathing. Now, sometimes you'll run up against bases at Town Hall 8 that have 3 just spread out bombs. That makes it that much easier. But, you know, if they've got a good base, they're likely to have a double bomb set. And, you know, if they watch the video like you saw on the how to build a base at Town Hall 8, the multiple spots that actually work, that's going to make it more difficult. But the percentage of people that you're going to run up against that are building a base of that quality isn't very high. So picking out the double bomb spots usually is pretty simple at Town Hall 8. It's going to be 1, maybe 2 spots. And your goal with your golems, your kill squad, whatever you want to call it, is to eliminate one of those spots. Hopefully you pick right and you actually trigger the bombs. But even if you don't, what we've learned in the past videos is that you can path your hogs in a way that will make it to where even if they have to trigger those bombs, you can do a surgical deployment, lose a small group, and continue on with your attack. But what Ghost does here is just comes in, he brings 2 golems, which a lot of times, if they've got a good bomb placement, you'll need 2 golems. But that's another thing that goes back to a previous video. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to learn whether that extra golem is going to get you something that's worth more than 6 more hogs. So that's something that's going to take experience and practice to deal with and to figure out. But Ghost just comes in with a few golems here. You know, wizards, obviously, you're going to have to create your funnel. Don't forget that. Those things never change. Create your funnel, force your troops where you want them to go, and breaks this wall with wall breakers. Now, Ghost actually brings a P.E.K.K.A. I think there's another attack we're going to look at that has a P.E.K.K.A. in the CC. The CC is sort of it's a toss-up at Town Hall 8. You've got a few options that are worthwhile. Obviously, you can't bring a golem, so that's not an option, but you can bring a P.E.K.K.A. And a max P.E.K.K.A., if you have access to that from your clanmates, is a pretty powerful thing at Town Hall 8. It can tank quite a bit because of the level of defenses, and it obviously has a tremendous amount of damage output. The only thing you have to worry about is keeping it protected from those Teslas. You don't want to send it into the core where there's 3 Teslas grouped up. You sort of need a plan for that, and you want to let those golems get out ahead of it. You want to treat it sort of like you do your king. Let those golems get out ahead, then deploy it to back them up, to take out those defenses, take out those high HP storages, and keep things moving forward. Now, this is a pretty, this base layout is not bad, actually, because he can take this wall out with wall breakers, but if we start sending more wall breakers, they're going to target one of these compartments, likely this one especially, because he's not going to clear it all the way out. he could clear this one out, but the next set of wall breakers is going here. You could do it and bring quite a few to get in here, but a better solution is what Ghost did here, is just bring a rage. You know, especially with low-level walls like this, he rages right here. If you've got a king, a couple golems, a couple wizards, you're going to bust through that wall. If it's not, you know, even if it's a skull wall, you can do it under rage if you've got a level 10 king. But, you know, you might need a little help, a few wizards, something like that. But with having a P.E.K.K.A., a king, all that he's got in this attack, and a rage, they go through this wall like butter. It's no problem whatsoever. They easily get in here and trigger this bomb set. Now, the clan castle, you know, sort of think of it, you can do it with a 2 golem, because if they're out front, they're protecting your kill squad. You know, raged wizards are going to take down even dragons really, really quickly. So you can do it with a no lure, but if it's an easy lure, I still say take it. You know, never pass up an easy lure. This base is not actually a very easy lure at all. It's one of the reasons that Ghost did not do it. But if you've got a clear path, an easy way to pull it out, killing that CC in a controlled manner is always better than just hoping for the best when you drop a rage down. But it can be done both ways. He gets in here, gets the double bomb set triggered. Once that happens, you guys, the raid's over. You know, it really is. I know that sounds crazy, but it's over at that point. You've got 21 hogs that can take out the rest of this base so easily. You've taken out already several point defense. The CC's taken care of. The double giant bomb set's taken care of. Just start sending your hogs in. And most of the time on a base like this, where you're going to have to use 2 golems to get into that compartment, it's a little bit more spread out. Most of the time, surgical is the best deployment strategy at Town Hall 8. Now, you can go walk back and watch the surgical deployment video. It focuses on Town Hall 9, but the concept's the same. The only difference is the lack of use of giants. There's almost no scenario at Town Hall 8 where the giant's worth it. There is a few. You need at least 3 point defense targeting that giant to make it worth it, and you've got to be quick with your hogs. The giants at Town Hall 8 obviously don't have too much hit points. They are going to go down quicker, so you've got to be Johnny on the spot. As soon as that giant gets put down, the hogs are right behind it to make it worth it, and you need 3 point defense targeting it. Don't do it for 2. There's just not enough discrepancy between the hog and the giant hit points at Town Hall 8 to do that. So just, you know, just start sending in here 3 or 4 defenses, depending on what's going on around in the area. Just letting them work the way. And you see in this area, it's very safe. Once they get past these 2, they're going to work to this air defense, but nothing else is going to be targeting these hogs, so really no need for many hogs there. And then just works his way up around this direction, dropping in the remaining golems, and then heal placement. Be smart about your heals. Drop it in the same way we always have. If there's obvious spots for a giant bomb to be triggered there, you know you've got one more bomb to worry about. Pre-heal that thing, and you should have absolutely no trouble. One thing we didn't mention is the poison. Depending on what's in the CC, same rules. Go watch that video. You know, if it's low HP stuff that you can take out with a poison, use it for your CC. If it's not, if it's a dragon, whatever, save it. Hold on to it for those skeleton traps. It could save you the raid. But Ghost just comes in, works his way around with a surgical, drops his heals where needed, and ends up losing the last few hogs he's got to this little compartment here. This is the last thing living, but has his P.E.K.K.A. still up, has his king still up, and starts dropping wizards around the outside for cleanup. That's another thing I didn't mention. Always have 2 or 3 wizards for cleanup. Just do it, guys. You don't know how many hogs are going to make it. Things can go wrong. Hogs are your best. You don't want to overdo it with wizards, but having 2 or 3 is mandatory. Hogs are your best cleanup troops. Wizards are probably your second best, so make sure you've got a few of those. Let's watch Ghost through this, then we'll look at another attack. All right, here we go with Ghost attack. Again, just dropping the golems down, starting to draw all that fire, protecting his wizards, dropping a line of those to create a nice funnel for his kill squad. They're going to move their way right in. Here come the wall breakers, going to open up that first compartment. Tesla grabs one of them, but no big deal. Now you see the golems going out. They get in front. Now he drops his king and P.E.K.K.A. out of that CC. He drops the rage form. As the CC troops start coming out, he's going to go ahead and drop that poison because there was some archers and wizards and stuff like that in there. The dragon's in there as well. Watch how quickly here when these wizards target that dragon, they take it out under rage. 1, 2 shots, boom, it's gone. Right there, I don't know if you could see it because there's a big wad of stuff going on, but giant bombs triggered. Boom, boom, they're gone. Here come the hogs. Again, that surgical deployment is so powerful at Town Hall 8. You'll notice all of those point defense on the outside. Look how quickly they've gone down. Right now, he's already taken out 4 point defense, and they're about to take out a splash damage right there. There's just not much left. The skeletons are being a little bit pesky here. The hogs are standing out of heal, but not a huge deal. That little ghetto double bomb set actually worked on this one of the few times I've seen it work. Took out a pretty large chunk of his hogs, so props to that guy for the way he had it set up. But the few hogs that are left are going to come in and start drawing fire as the kill squad works through the next compartment of walls. They had to go through 2 walls on this one, but right there, the last few defenses are going to go down. And then again, notice the wizards around the outside, and archers got a few archers as well. But wizards and stuff like that for cleanup is very important. So they're going to make a big difference. We'll start to fast forward here. No big deal to watch the cleanup, but we will go back to the drawing board, look at another one of these that's a little bit different. Similar, they're all pretty similar. It's the same type of attack, but a little different, and see how it was done as well, and talk about other options that you can do in this attack style. All right, here's the next one we're going to look at. Aga is taking this out. And again, the base is different, obviously. But guys, remember the style of base that we're talking about here. Multiple giant bomb spots. Don't really know where everything's at. Obviously, if it's a cleanup type, it makes it that much easier because you can pre-heal bombs. You can do all that good stuff. But we're talking about, even first attacks, how you would approach it. And if you've got a base that you've seen, a million times on the Elite 8s or the first Town Hall 8 2 Hog video, that is not like this, that is more compact, there's only a few spots, probably GoHo is not the most efficient way to do it. Just bring more hogs. You see that he's doing this with only 16 hogs. That's not a lot, but it's what's needed on a base like this. You've got to know it's a balancing act. You've got to know about how much your kill squad can handle, and how much they're going to take out, and about how much your hogs can take out. And that's something you learn through trial and error. There's really no way for me to teach you that. I can't tell you exact number because every base is different. You're going to have to learn it the hard way, but it's well worth it to put the practice in. You might come up a little bit short from time to time, but eventually you're going to get to where you can crush bases like this, and it's going to be a good feeling for you. This base, again, if you were just scouting it out, the first thing you're looking at this base, it's never been attacked. My guess, and yours too, would probably be that there's giant bombs right here. A double set, and you've got to get to the core if that's the case. It turns out that that's not what this guy has. He actually does not have a double giant bomb set, but that wouldn't be your initial scout. It wouldn't be my initial scout. It would definitely be for the core, and you would know that would be the goal, is to get that kill squad at the core. So Aga takes a couple of golems, pretty similar thing, just drops them in. You want to draw fire from all this outside stuff. That allows your wizards to drop in, create that nice funnel, and get everything moving forward. Obviously, you're going to break wall breakers right here. Now, he brought several. I think his goal was to get this broken open, and then get into this compartment. It didn't happen. I think his kill squad actually busted through before because he had them raged. I think his wall breakers would have made it there. I have to watch and see. I can't remember. I've watched several attacks. But he opens that up, drops his king. He also brings a P.E.K.K.A. in the CC. It is effective, guys. Again, if you have access to a max P.E.K.K.A., it's a very effective technique. Now, you can also, we're going to watch one where you bring witches. That's a very effective technique. Having those max witches in there, a couple of those skeletons getting out front, they do a lot of work for you. It really depends on the base, and it depends on preference, honestly. You can either do max P.E.K.K.A., max witches, or max hogs. That's pretty much your 3 options that make sense for this attack style. So whatever works for you. Drops the rage right here. Again, same sort of thing, going to bust through these easy walls, and also to help take out with CC. He goes ahead and drops the poison on there. Again, there's a dragon in the CC here. This is a no-lure dragon kill, and because his wizards are funneled properly, and they come in here as well, standing in rage, the dragon goes down relatively quickly, and with 2 golems, you're fine. That's plenty of tanking. Let the dragon get on those golems, let it beat on it, even if it gets on that max P.E.K.K.A. A breath or 2 on that max P.E.K.K.A. is not, or your king, it's not going to be at the end of the world, as long as your wizards are there to back it up and take them out. Now, if your wizards go for a walk, you don't create your funnel right, and you've got no wizards backing up your kill squad, you're going to have trouble. That dragon's eventually going to take your golems down, take your P.E.K.K.A. and your king down, and you're probably not going to be successful. But Aga gets in here. This wall goes down. He does get into the core. Again, a Tesla pops here, though. There is no double bomb set. So he just goes ahead and starts in with a surgical hog deployment. And again, surgical is almost always the answer on a base like this. Look how spread out it is. Look at the amount of defenses you can target directly with hogs. That's the power of surgical, is that you can send your hogs in, and he drops a nice heal for him right here. You can send your hogs in, and they're taking out multiple defenses all at once. Look at this. How easily you can target these just straight on. Hogs grab them, and then next thing you know, once all these outlying defenses are dead, look at the base. Okay, this has all been taken out from the kill squad. What's left? Look at this. There's nothing left at Town Hall 8. When people put all their point defense around the outside, surgical hogs is the way to go, and it absolutely destroys it. But you'll see this happens very quickly, and with only 16 hogs. You know, it happens very, very quickly. Once he gets his kill squad in this core and starts dropping his hogs, it's over in no time. You see it's a 2-minute attack. So let's clear all this out of the way and give it a look. All right, here we go with the Agha's attack. Golems go down. You see immediately they start drawing all that fire from the defenses. Minion go down and a few wizards, creating your funnel. This is, I mean, Town Hall 8 is where you really start to learn the fundamentals of high-level attacking, guys. It's the same thing once you get to higher level. If you've got all these fundamentals down, creating that funnel properly. Look at these